The note reads, "Please meet me tonight outside the town gates. I will be waiting." It's signed, "Your friend Katrina."
Nikolai has disappeared from his home. The last time I saw him, he said something about finding Anna. I fear he is dead.
You tell about Anna's ghost and Nikolai.
So that is why he was excited about Anna. He has gone to her, I guess. Maybe they will be together again. It's nice to believe so.
Boris came back to visit me. We had a lot to talk about. He says he'll come back again after work. It was nice to see him. Seemed like old times. As my...
I have done it! The world shall not soon forget the genius of Dr. Cranium. The experiment is a success. Behold, Frankie! Ho, ho, ho. Is she not something? I'm looking forward to an exhilarating series of experiments with her. Ah, a very nice Frankie. I'm sure you will agree. Just as I planned. I believe she has all the assets necessary to become a premier scientific laboratory assistant.
Could it be? Has Dr. Cranium at last succeeded in the ancient dream of bringing back life to the dead? Or is this just someone who had a little too much to drink at the Mad Doctor's party last night?
Is she not a wonder? My Frankie, fully functional in every way. In fact, I imagine she could even, no. I am sorry, but I really cannot reveal the nature of the experiments Frankie and I intend to perform. The world may not yet be ready for them. More importantly, I do not want anyone else taking credit for my results. Besides, Frankie is a little shy. Science? Ha! You ask me about science? Just look at Frankie there and you will understand the purpose of science. It is to acquire the knowledge of the very nature of life itself and to create what those less informed would call miracles with that knowledge. Here you are. Here you are. I am a genius! I shall be famous everywhere! There have been others who have worked on the reanimation of dead tissue, but no scientist has a Frankie like mine! Whoopee!
You talk about your explorations in Moldavia and the many amazing creatures you've encountered.
Yes, that is the way of the true scientist. Do not rely on what others have told you, but experience them for yourself. I am glad that you are finding your vacation in Moldavia an educational experience. Do not be concerned if you should be unable to reach me during the next few days. Frankie and I shall be engaged in some very important and engrossing scientific research.
The days are getting cooler and shorter. Winter is approaching.
As you...
So, have you got an excuse for being here, or have you just come to keep me company, or what? Not bad at all. I can tell by the reflections in your eyes that it gives me character, makes me look mysterious and handsome. Hey, all right, you guys, this guy is okay by me. You can let him through. It doesn't like you very much, I guess. Probably blames you for having to fly all the way from Spielberg. Maybe you could find something to win the bird-brained hut over and calm it down.
A strangely familiar, scratchy voice shouts, "Now!"
Spirits of the frigid north, spin the water, draw it forth. Frosty spirits, summon twice, turn the water into ice.
You find yourself trapped in ice.
Come for a little visit, are we? A little chat, perhaps? We remembered the last time you came for a little visit, don't we, kids? You turned me into a frog, didn't you, ha? Thought I wouldn't remember you. You thought to yourself, let's just visit Baba Yaga and see what we can turn her into today. Well, you thought wrong, kiddo. Well, now you're here and all trapped like a fly in a web. Just looking at you reminds me of lunch. So, what'll it be, kids? Hero sandwiches or Hero on the half-shell? Seeing as he is already frozen, we could just settle for a little ice cream sundae with whipped cream and nuts.
Good. We'll just skip the main course and go straight to dessert. Any last words from the soon-to-be supper?
You say something properly heroic.
Well, wasn't that inspiring, kids? Guess we'll have bologna and fries for snackies. You're not going anywhere just yet. In fact, you're going to be around for a long time. Well, parts of you anyway. East, west, hut's a mess. It suits me. I'm not fond of 20 questions. It upsets my digestion. Just what I like. A dinner that doesn't make excuses. Bonjour and bon appetito.
You tell about Mr. Bones the gnome and the reason you came here.
So, you come here to help the jester get back his jokes, huh? How fitting. He made a fool out of me because you made a frog out of me. And now I'll make food out of thee. Just desserts, after all. So now we can all have our favorite treat to eat. Isn't that right, kids? You'd rather have pie. What? Pie? Oh, elderberry pie. It's true we haven't had that for a long while. But I can't very well make one now. I don't have any of the ingredients. Oh, poo. Now that you mention it, I'd really like some elderberry pie, with or without ice cream. You're right. He did bring us a mandrake, didn't he? And it made such a lovely mousse. Very well. But it means no ice cream for now. So, Mr. Tender Morsel, I'll give you another chance. Bring me some fresh elderberry pie, and I won't have you for dessert. Agreed? Good.
Vigorously, you nod your head in agreement.
Good. Bring us some fresh elderberry pie, or we'll just settle for Adam's apple pie and minced meat instead. We'll recycle this ice around this fool for iced knee later. Hero lout, now get out.
Well, what have we here? Back in one piece? I sure never expected to see you outside of a quiche again. She didn't give you the recipe. All right, let's see. You'll need a pie pan for starch. You'll need bone meal for a crust, grue goo for flavoring, and elderberry berries, of course. You'll need to pick them right off the elderberry bush. Careful or you'll make it cry. There's nothing worse than elderberry wines. Hey, careful around. I don't know much about it. I don't get around much after all. I think it's a mean green to the northwest. Hey, careful around it. If you destroy it, you'll make Baba very displeased with you. On the other hand, it could destroy you. She didn't give you the rest. She didn't... Well, it won't be on the shelf with the flour and cornmeal. You'll probably need to make it yourself. Get some bones and grind them. Hey, don't look at me like that. You know, Baba wouldn't like it if you use bones she knows personally for the bone meal, if you know what I mean. That's the stuff that leaks out of the Dark One's cave. It's kind of like molasses gone bad. Really bad.
There's something strange about this bush. Maybe it's the eyes. Oh, forget it. It's probably just an ordinary, everyday bush with blood-red berries and tentacle-like branches. That hurt. That really hurt. Think of being stung by a 10-foot-long wasp. You think that would be a relief in comparison. You've managed to knock a branch with some berries loose from the bush. That hurt. You strip the berries from the loose branch and carefully store them in a pocket in your backpack. You'll have to get a little closer. The bush seems to be hard of hearing. No one seems... As you... Oh!
So, did you get it? Show me. I won't let you in without it.
You put the bones into the huge mortar. Now what? You work the pestle back and forth in the mortar. It's hard work, but after a while you manage to grind the bones into a fine bone meal with almost the consistency of flour. The fine bone meal slips between your fingers. You'll need a container in which to carry it. You don't need... You don't... You don't... You don't... You don't need... You don't need... The fine bone meal slips between your fingers. You'll need a container in which to carry it. You fill the flask with powdery bone meal from the mortar.
Looking good. Now show it to the head skull over there and get out of the way fast if you don't want to add rump roast to the barber's menu for the night.
The skulls appear to have stopped flashing their lasers. You pick up the pie. It's been cooked to a delicate golden brown.
Hey, bird legs! Squat!
You quickly step out from under the trap. A moment later, you hear the voice of Baba Yaga.
Not very trusting, is he, kids? Good. It's not like I trust him. Floor, quick! Make him stick!
You find your shoes stuck to the floor.
Spirits of the swamp and mire, aid me in what I desire. Creatures of the mist, beings of the fog, turn this human into a cute hedgehog. I have a sudden craving for a Tiggly Wiggly. Perhaps some hedgehog grog. Hedge Piggly Swiggly and Pig Newtons. What's that you say? Elderberry pie. Oh, darn. He was bringing that here, wasn't he? I don't suppose a Piggly Wiggle can get the pie from his backpack, could he? Particularly if his feet are stuck to the floor. Oh, pity. Spirits of the mist and more, restore this man as he was before. So, now my dining delight, do you have what I asked for? That smells delicious, just the way we like it, fresh from the fire. So, let me think. How should I reward you for such a lovely pie? Well, Kitty, should we just fry him now, or for an entree have green spleen casserole with roast leg of man? Oh, all right, I suppose he did do us a favor. It wouldn't be polite to eat him now. Besides, he may be useful in the future. So what is it that you want as a reward for your lovely pie?
You ask Baba to give you whatever she thinks might be useful to you on your adventures.
Useful, huh? Oh, that's a toughie. Let me think. What have I got lying around here besides the hut? Oh, I know. Here, take this. I found it hidden in the hangman's tree, as I recall. It's a magical ritual used by the Chernovi. I wouldn't recommend actually using it, mind you, but it might come in handy sometime.
You tell about the gnome and how he wants his humor back.
Humor, is it? You want a sense of humor? I'm not sure the gnome really had a sense of humor, making fun of poor old ogresses. Oh, all right. Take this good humor bar and give it to the gnome. I suppose there is nothing more pathetic than a gnome who can't tell a joke.
You take the good humor bar and put it away.
You've got what you wanted, and I've got what we wanted. Tasty treat, now retreat.
Well, I guess she liked the pie, or you would have taken its place. Go on in.
When the days are short, you know, it is nice to be able to snuggle with my Olga again on these cold nights. Thank you for getting us back together. Come back again.
You are always on the go, my friend. Take care.
A voice from behind the door says, "Oops, sorry. Seems I forgot about my burglar alarm. Hope it wasn't too shocking for you."
Did I tell you about the time there was this guy walking into an inn with this big Necrotor following him? He goes up to the innkeeper and asks for some stew to eat. The innkeeper looks nervously at the Necrotor and asks the man what his pet will eat. And the guy replies, anyone he wants. Not bad, eh?
hand the gnome the good humor bar.
What's this? You trying the old hot pepper bar on me? Hey, I'm the professional, kid. Don't try this at home. Not on a gnome, anyway. Hey, it looks good, though.
He eats the good humor bar.
Not bad. Pretty good, actually. Hey, I feel funny. I mean, really funny. What was that thing?
You tell the gnome about Baba Yaga and the good humor bar.
Thanks, pal. Guess this yuck's on me. This jester just can't thank you too much. You're my hero, Nero. My main man, Stan. So you got by with a pie, aye? My. Always knew the way to Baba's heart was through her stomach. Probably someone she ate. You know what they say about cannibals? Always having a few friends over for dinner. I am so happy that it reminds me of the time Dimlit the dwarf came across a magic ring in the bazaar in Shapir. He rubbed it, and lo and behold, out comes a genie. I will grant you 3 wishes, said the genie. Well, for my first wish, I want a purse that's always filled with gold, says Dimlit. So shall it be done, said the genie. There before Dimlit appeared a purse. He turned it over, and a pile of gold spilled out on the desert sand. Again and again he turned it over, and more gold covered the ground. Master, you do have 2 more wishes left, said the genie. Oh, that's right, said the dwarf. Well, give me 2 more of these. Let me tell you, I'm every bit as happy as Dimlit was. You know what they say about humor? If you don't got it, you won't get it. And if you don't get it, I'm sure someone will try to explain it at great length. Well, now that I'm back in the funny business, it's one more show and I'm back on the road. I'm gonna show these yokels that he who laughs last just didn't get it. Do you know why gnome jokes are so short? So that they won't go over the dwarves' heads! There's no point in telling a dwarf a joke with a double meaning. He won't get either one. Judging from the expression, what you don't know can't hurt you, dwarves are practically invulnerable. Of course, far be it from me to say that all dwarves are just plain dumb. Most are pretty greedy, too. Dwarves get their money the Horde way. They won't even spend the time of day. Dwarfs don't care how people treat them, as long as they do. Of course you know what you got when the singing dragon fell into the dwarf mine, a flat miner. And on that note, let's change the subject. Before you blow, Joe, I figure I owe you one. I'm gonna let you in on a secret only we gnomes know. I'm gonna tell you the ultimate joke. Don't wince, Vince. This is straight, mate. You tell this one, and whoever hears it is gonna laugh. Really laugh. Can't help it, can't stop it kind of laugh. Only works once, and should only be used in last resorts, Mort. It's the last laugh, so to speak. The best jest to the West. Yours for the telling.
The gnome tells you a rather silly joke. You find yourself laughing despite yourself.
See what I mean, Gene? Tell this joke to a big bad dude that's out to do you in, then exit while he's laughing. Use it or lose it. Bye-bye, birdie.